Alright, we got an emergency update for you guys. We have a tornado on the ground right now, unwarned. But there's definitely a tornado on the ground. Look at Corey Gurk.
Unbelievable!
That popped up so fast. I was watching one of my friends' streams, and we started to notice this funnel, and then I see this tornado on the ground, and look at that, guys. This is an unwarned tornado near Ashmore, Texas. If you're in this area, you need to seek shelter immediately. Because this is unwarned, I'm going to kind of draw a polygon here. Everywhere in this area, you should be taking shelter. So Ashmore, Cedar Lake, White City, all you guys need to be getting into your tornado safe spot right now. This is a very impressive dust cloud. Again, you guys need to get to shelter right now if you're out here. This is a unwarned tornado. This does not happen very often, where we have a tornado on the ground that doesn't even have a radar indicated tornado warning. It just has no warning at all. It doesn't even have a severe thunderstorm warning. But if you're in this area, you need to seek shelter, because this is a very dangerous storm that, again, is actively producing a tornado near Ashmore. Not sure if that's a debris signature or not, but it could be. Again, this is a tornado on the ground. No question about it. That is not a debris signature, I don't think. It could be, though. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we have a tornado on the ground in Texas, guys. It is unwarned still. This still does not have a warning. Again, if you're just not tuning in, unwarned tornado on the ground near Ashmore, Texas. This is a confirmed tornado. This is a storm chaser confirmed.
Dude, this is not happening right now. Holy crap.
That is insane, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very strong and quick-moving tornado near Ashmore. If you are in this area, again, you need to run to your tornado safe spot. It just baffles me that they do not have a warning for this. Again, this is a tornado, no question about it. It popped up so fast. Again, this is a tornado on the ground in Texas. So if you're out here, you gotta take shelter now. Again, it's unwarned. Does not have a tornado warning, but there is a dangerous tornado. So if you're in Ashmore, Welch, White City, Pumpkin Center, you need to take shelter now. This is a very dangerous storm. And again, this is actively producing a tornado.
Can't see out my windows.
Get lifted. But do not let your guard down. Stay in your tornado safe spot, as this has previously produced a tornado and is still very strong rotation. Just crossed over Highway 83, most likely, south of Ashmore, southwest of Ashmore. Again, this is a tornado on the ground, or at least it was as of literally seconds ago. Again, this is a confirmed tornado. Oh my goodness. Okay, very strong velocities. Again, guys, this is a dangerous situation if you're out here. I do not know how they don't have a tornado warning with this yet. Oh my gosh, if that is a debris signature, which I think it is, I think we have a strong tornado here, guys. I think we have a very strong tornado. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a strong tornado on the ground here. Southwest of Ashmore, Texas, without a tornado warning. Again, we saw it on the Storm Chasers feed. We saw it on the radar. We're seeing it everywhere. This is a tornado. No question about it. It's lofting significant debris into the atmosphere. And again, this is a surprise tornado. I really did not think we were going to see a tornado today. But yeah, that is on the ground. I mean, we saw it. And again, if you're in Ashmore, White City, Welch, you guys need to run to your tornado safe spot. Somehow they don't have a warning out for this, but this is definitely a tornado. Again, we saw it clear as day moments ago. And it could still be on the ground. Oh my gosh, dude. Again, this storm is actively producing a tornado. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's debris or if that's just a weird part of the storm. But very clear hook echo. Your forward flank downdraft. This is again very dangerous. Again, it touched down so it's so quast. I was gonna say quickly and fast. I just said quast. But seriously, I mean, look. Oh, wait, that's a bird. I thought that was flying debris, but it was a bird. That's funny. I don't know how they still don't have a tornado warning out for this, seriously. Again, I mean, that is as clear as it gets. Is there a direction? It's heading southeast. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we either just had one moments ago, or we still do have a strong tornado on the ground near Ashmore, Texas. Again, it's unclear whether or not that's a debris signature, but I'd imagine it is, but I don't know. I'm not seeing it anymore. I'm not seeing it on the stream. It could very well be rain-wrapped, but it definitely wasn't whenever we saw it before. So... Again, that is a very dangerous tornado there, if it's still on the ground. Again, if you're in Ashmore, White City, Welch, you gotta run to shelter right now. Interior room, lowest floor of the building, preferably in like a storm shelter or a basement if you have one, but if not, get in the middle of your house in like a closet, or get in the bathtub and throw like pillows on top of you. Anything that you can do to protect yourself right now, as this is a very dangerous storm heading towards Ashmore and White City. Gosh, dude. Holy cow. Wow. Again, if it did touch down and it's lifted already, that was a very brief tornado. I mean, only a couple of minutes, but I don't know. It could still be on the ground. I mean, on radar, it looks like it's still down, but I'm not seeing anything on Corey's stream. But again, it could be rain-wrapped. But again, that was such a shock there, what we just saw. I mean, that was the clearest tornado you will ever see. That was just beautiful. I mean, it was the most picture-perfect tornado. It was just an itty-bitty skinny rope, but man, was it crazy. Yeah, the National Weather Service still has not issued a tornado warning for this, even though it's been rotating strong enough to produce a tornado for 9 minutes, and it has produced a tornado. And could still be. I want to make that clear. I don't think it is at this point, but it could still be. It really could. So again, if you're in that area, you need to take shelter now. It doesn't even have a severe thunderstorm warning. Like, once again, I mean, this is the craziest storm you'll see ever without any sort of warning. I've never seen something this big without it having some sort of warning. And again, if this is still on the ground, it would be south of Ashmore at this point. Just a little bit south of Ashmore. Again, this is in western Texas. We lost Corey Gherkin's feed. This is in the western half, in the western part of Texas here. This is across parts of, I don't even know what county it is because there's no alert up for it. I don't know what county it is, but it's near Ashmore. I mean, that was so fast how it happened. That was insane. Gaines County. Again, we either just did have a tornado or still have a tornado on the ground in the northeast corner of Gaines County, Texas here. Jeez Louise, dude. Again, I don't know how this has not received a tornado warning yet. Yeah, I don't think it's producing a tornado anymore. Goodness. That happened so fast. I mean, the funnel, it popped out, and then, like, 30 to 45 seconds later, there was a tornado. And a decently strong one at that. I mean, it wasn't the biggest tornado I've ever seen by any means, but I think the actual wind speeds in it were probably quite intense. I mean, it wasn't, like, ridiculously strong, but it was decently strengthed. Yeah, I mean, the gate-to-gate shear is not super high with this storm, so it may not have been a super strong tornado. It did look on. I was saying it was pretty strong, but I think it was just kind of. I was so surprised it happened. I don't think it was like super duper strong. I think it was actually pretty weak. It just happened so fast that I was kind of in shock, and I was in kind of panic. Now it looks like a typical supercell. So again, I mean, we gotta watch that. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't know how that happened. Corey's back. Also, we have a new area of rotation here. I couldn't tell if this was rotation or not, but it definitely is. North of 2196. This is off to the northwest of Johnson, Texas. This is another unwarned area rotation. It was debatable on what it was for a little bit, but now extremely clear now that we have a hook echo and that little pocket of rotation there north of 2196. Again, northwest of Johnson, Texas. Oh my goodness. We don't have a debris signature with this storm. At best, this would be something, but I definitely don't think that is debris. So again, there's your rotation on our storm south of Ashmore now. Corey Gherkin has a really good view of it. Wow. I mean, it didn't even feel real. Again, if you guys are just now tuning in, you need to go back to like the first 2 minutes of the stream to see it, but that was such a beautiful tornado, and I don't feel bad calling it beautiful because it was in an open field and it didn't hurt anybody. At the worst, it destroyed some crops. For a little bit, I thought there was a debris signature, but that was kind of silly to think. There definitely was not. New severe thunderstorm warning for Midland, Odessa, by the way. Ping pong bowl-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for Ector, Andrews, and Midland counties. Make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. Wow, dude. Again, you don't see unwarned tornadoes like that very often, but there we go. Also, I have a sneaking suspicion that our storm heading for Midland, Odessa is going to try to rotate. If you look, we got like a little bit of an inflow trail here. I think what's going to happen is this is going to kind of poke out with a hook, and we're going to see some sort of rotation there. New severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Terry and Hockley counties. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. And then we also have a new severe thunderstorm warning for... maybe it's not new. Never mind. That's my bad. But yeah, our severe warning here, or our storm that's rotating here, did just get a severe thunderstorm warning. Not the one that produced the tornado. This is the other rotator. Northwest of Brownfield here. And there's your pocket rotation where the bright reds meet the bright greens. North of 2196, this is moving off towards the southeast. At this point, it's probably just crossed over, or it's along 2196 here, near County Road 155. So, I mean, again, that's something. Again, we got a decent velocity coupled there north of 2196. Alright, it's done for with that new velocity scan. Again, our storm that did previously produce the tornado saw some minor rotation, and it finally has a severe thunderstorm warning. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and they put the tornado possible tag on it. I think the National Weather Service knows that they screwed up and didn't issue a warning for this, and now there's not a tornado, so they can't issue a tornado warning, really, without looking silly. So I think they just went with the severe warning with the tornado possible tag to be safe here, but you can definitely see there is still a decent lowering there with this storm here. What's this? We gotta watch what this is. We need the highway signs to get out of the way. Okay. It looks like it's trying to do it again, guys. It looks like we have another funnel cloud. And you gotta take shelter, guys. The last time we had a funnel cloud like this, 10 seconds later we had a tornado. Yeah, that's definitely a funnel cloud at the least. Okay, so if you're in White City, Welch, La Mesa, you probably should be taking shelter right now. Basically, if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, I want you to treat it like it's a tornado warning, because we've had previously a tornado with this storm, and it looks like we're about to have another one here. The sunlight is messing it up here. But man, that is a clear lowering. Very impressive funnel cloud. If this one touches down, this is going to be a much stronger tornado than the last one. The last one was kind of a little baby rope tornado, and it stayed on the ground for like 2 minutes. If it produces another one, it's going to be much stronger. I don't see any ground circulation yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, it looks like it's kind of going back into the storm. Might be a... Oh, there's a rainbow! Look at that rainbow! Oh my goodness. That's an amazing rainbow, dude. He had an awesome rainbow in there for a second. Corey Gherkin did. There it is. I'm issuing a rainbow warning for Gaines in Dawson County. At 7:46 p.m., a confirmed rainbow was located near Ashmore, moving southeast towards La Mesa. Seriously, I mean, I wouldn't encourage going outside and trying to look for this, but it is a pretty awesome looking rainbow. But again, I would not encourage going outside and looking at this, because we do have a very serious situation where this storm is trying to produce a tornado or something. So, I would be taking shelter if I'm in La Mesa, Welch, Ashmore, White City, Pumpkin Center, Mungerville, Pride, Grandview. And now we have a new severe thunderstorm warning as well. For parts of South Carolina, half-dollar sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds with this storm near Yemass. So if you're in this area, make sure you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. Again, main threats with that storm include 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts and half-dollar sized hail. Dude, I'm telling you, this is a storm that you have to watch super closely if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, it is seriously very scary. Again, previously produced a tornado, almost produced another one. That was a incredible sighting there for a little bit, for sure. Again, it could have been producing a tornado and a rainbow at the same time, which is insane to think about. Alright, so again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado trying to develop here near Welch. This storm previously produced a tornado. It was very brief, but it was a very picturesque tornado. And it's trying to do it again as it heads towards areas like Pumpkin Center and Mungerville, as well as La Mesa. So if you're in this area, please, please, please get indoors in an interior room, away from windows, and on the lowest floor possible. I know this is not a tornado warning, but this storm is so close to producing a tornado here, guys. So, again, if you're in that area, you should really be seeking shelter. It's really not a good idea to, joke around with this kind of storm. This isn't one of the ones where you can sit out on your back porch and watch it come in. May have some sort of lowering trying to develop again over here. It could just be a scud cloud, but it's either a funnel cloud or an SLC. I think it's just an SLC. Again, because of the nature of this supercell, there was a rainbow minutes after a tornado. There's the rainbow. Oh, dang it, sorry. Again, if you're out here, guys, please, 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 please take shelter. I know there's not a tornado warning, but this storm has a history of producing a tornado. It can do it super fast without, hardly any notice. And it is still rotating. Look how fast this is rotating. You can see it rotating in real time. Holy cow. Who would have thought the state of the day would have been Texas? I really thought our event up in the high plains would be the big story of today. Where we had 70 to 80 mile per hour winds batter the plains. But, nope. Rainbownado in Texas. Tour Rainbow. You guys like Tour Rainbow or Rainbownado better? Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. So again, if you're just now tuning in, I know we have a ton of viewers just now tuning in. We just had a very impressive tornado near Ashmore, Texas. It was very brief, but it was a beautiful tornado. It was out in an open field. Nobody got hurt. That's why, we're calling it beautiful. But if you're in this area, you need to take shelter because this storm is continuing to rotate and definitely has the capabilities to produce another tornado if the rotation continues to be there. It's not a debris signature, but it's it kind of looks like one. So anybody wondering, that is just contamination. That's not a debris signature, but it can definitely be scary because it's right on top of the velocities. But not a debris signature. Sorry for any background noise. There's quite a bit of chaos going on in my house right now. That's one of the things I'm excited about. whenever I get older, I'll have my own place that I can record streams without all the background distractions. Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean, our storm here is definitely still rotating as it heads towards areas like Pumpkin Center and Mungerville. Again, please, 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 if you're out here, uh, just don't risk it. Just take shelter immediately. Again, lowest floor of the building, interior room, away from windows. You have nothing to lose if you do it, but everything to lose if you don't. So please, please, please take shelter immediately. Again, this is a very devious supercell that is really just showing everybody its strength. And I know if you're out here in like Pumpkin Center or Mungerville, it's like, it's sunny out, alright? You just got some rain, but now it's sunny out, so you think it's over? It is not, I promise you. There is a very dangerous storm coming in that at the very least is going to bring some hail and wind to your area if it doesn't produce a tornado, and it could. So, again, please take shelter. At the minimum, this is a severe thunderstorm, but at worst, we have a tornado on the ground. We don't really know anymore. Corey Gherkin's kind of far away from it now. Doesn't really have a great view of it. But yeah. This is insane. Goodness gracious, dude. We'll see what the newest velocity scan looks like here, but I don't like the look of that hook echo. It's really, I mean, it's not terrible, but definitely showing some signs of strong inflow with this storm here. So, okay. So this continues to rotate here. We're going to continue to watch this over the next little while, the next several minutes here, until it's not concerning anymore. So again, we got our little mini supercell out here near White City that again has previously produced a tornado, and it's trying to do it again as it heads off to the southeast towards Mungerville, Pumpkin Center, and La Mesa. So if you're in that area, please take that seriously. Our storm up here near Brownfield is now producing potentially hail up to golf ball size. Look at all that hail there. We may have some form of a hail spike here, but that also could just be radar contamination. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a strong tornado, but it was just kind of a, heat of the moment thing where I was like kind of panicking and it just happened so fast, and it was a really photogenic tornado, so I was worried about it being strong. I will say, though, look at all this rotation out here still. I mean, there's a little bit of contamination in there for sure, but there's still some rotation with this. And, I mean, Corey Gherkin has an amazing view of this storm. Look at all that explosive convection there. But yeah, I mean, that was certainly a photogenic tornado. Yeah, Corey Gherkin's actually kind of leaving the storm here, it looks like. But, I mean, If I were him, I'd stay on this, honestly. It's definitely still producing some damaging winds and large hail at the very least. And again, possibly a tornado here. And again, our velocities here are painting a pretty concerning picture for the amount of rotation we have with this. So again, there's your area of rotation there, heading towards Mungerville and Pumpkin Center over the next several minutes. Alright. So again, if you're not joining us here, thank you for tuning in. We have a ongoing situation where we have a very impressive supercell producing damaging winds and large hail, and even possibly a tornado here as it heads towards Pumpkin Center and Mungerville. Look at that hail spike. You know that we are in for a big time storm here. We do have the new SPC update, by the way. They're continuing the slight risk across parts of western Texas, and the tornado threat is still in play in the southeast. Surprisingly, they did not add it to Texas. Maybe they don't know about the brief tornado that happened, but I mean, we'll see. I think that's an interesting play by the Storm Prediction Center, as we're still getting supercells like this. So, again, if you're out here, guys, I really, really would like you guys to treat this storm with all your attention. If you guys are in Pumpkin Center or Mungerville, please take shelter. This storm is a rotating supercell capable of producing a tornado at any minute. So if you're out here, it's better to be safe than sorry, and take shelter now. And again, even if you don't get a tornado, you're going to get damaging winds and large hail. So, you don't lose anything by taking shelter, but you could lose everything if you don't. So please, please, please take shelter immediately out here. Again, this is heading towards Pumpkin Center, Mungerville, and La Mesa in western Texas. Our storm near Midland, Odessa is continuing to look pretty concerning here for a very large hail threat near Gardendale at the moment along Highway 385. Thank you, Gooseman. This is crazy. Again, if you're just not tuning in, we have a severe weather outbreak ongoing across parts of Texas right now. By the way, our storm for Ector and Midland counties has now been upgraded. 70-mile-per-hour destructive wind gusts and lime-sized hail are possible with this storm. So if you're in Gardendale, Warfield, or Midland, you need to take shelter immediately. These are near hurricane-force winds, as well as very large hail. So if you're out here, please take shelter immediately. Again, this is for Midland and Ector counties. This does include downtown Midland. It does not include downtown Odessa, but it does include the northeastern half of Odessa. It splits right down the middle of the town. So if you're out here, please take shelter immediately. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Brownfield and Meadow. This is for the threats of golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you're in this area, make sure that you are moving indoors and away from windows immediately. Wind-driven hail can destroy a lot of stuff out here. My opinion on Wednesday and Thursday's severe weather, active pattern for the Midwest, man. I think we're going to see some damaging winds and large hail for sure, and probably a tornado or two. I think the greater tornado threat is actually going to lie on Wednesday here, but I would not rule out a tornado on Thursday either. I'll have a new forecast out for you guys discussing that threat tomorrow. Just posted one today. So if you want to, you can go ahead and check that out. Again, this has been a pretty active stream here. We've had a tornado, we've had a, destructive wind, some very large hail. We still have destructive wind and very large hail ripping through Gardendale and the Midland, Odessa area as we speak. Areas on the northwest side of Midland, Odessa are currently experiencing a very dangerous storm here. And again, if you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, please make sure that you're taking shelter immediately. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. You'll notice they say mobile homes. If you're in a mobile home, you need to evacuate. Find a more substantial shelter. If you can't, it is better to lie flat in a ditch than it is to be in a mobile home in this situation. Mobile homes don't do well with 70-mile-per-hour winds or lime-sized hail. So if you put those two threats together, you are in for a very rough time if you decide to stay in a mobile home in this kind of storm. Also, if you're traveling along Interstate 20 between Midland and Odessa, you need to get off and find a more, get off and find a more substantial shelter to get in, because there are going to be semis traveling on Interstate 20 during this time. And semis are going to tip over extremely easily in this kind of storm. Now, what I will say is that you've got a little bit until this reaches you. Okay, so if you are heading, let's say you're heading northeast and you are, like 5 miles or less southwest of Midland, you'll be fine just to travel through Midland, just get out of the way of that storm pretty quickly. But if you're, like, kind of heading into Odessa now and you plan to go past Midland, I would highly recommend getting off and waiting until this storm passes, because you've got a 30-mile journey and this storm's going to be racing down towards you that entire time. Crazy stuff. There's the rainbow still on Corey Gherkin's feed. Is he traveling to the end of the rainbow? Is this a rainbow chase now? I mean, he's right there. That is amazing. This is crazy stuff, man. Just insanely crazy stuff. Again, right now our most concerning storm is going to be our storm in the Gardendale area, producing our lime-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour destructive winds as it heads towards Barrow Family Ranch, China Grove, Warfield, Batesfield Estates. I know this area just got hit by a big tornado recently. You know, you're not really gonna get something like that, but you're gonna get a big time storm. So make sure you're staying weather aware in the Midland Odessa area for sure. Look at that rainbow, dude. You can see both sides of it from where Corey's at. He has the camera facing towards this side, but you could see the other side as well. The end of the rainbow there. Holy cow, dude. So, again, there is still a hook echo associated with our storm here that previously produced a tornado 45 minutes ago now, as it heads towards Mungerville. So if you're in this area, please take shelter immediately. Same thing with our storm in Midland, Odessa. There's just no reason to risk it. Again, if you're in Midland, Odessa, make sure that you're taking shelter. If you are in Mungerville, make sure that you're taking shelter. We've got multiple very dangerous storms out here right now, producing the threats for damaging winds, large hail, and even an isolated tornado. So and also, our storm near Gardendale is starting to rotate near Barrow Family Ranch here, near Lawndale. Don't know if it's me, but I'm very quiet. All right, is that better? Also, our storm near Gardendale is starting to rotate near Barrow Family Ranch here. I might have been quiet, I don't know. It should be better now. I turned up my volume quite a substantial amount. Listen to this, you hear that? Is that better? You hear that annoying background static? Listen to this, I can make it all go away. Incredible stuff. Now you may be thinking, Davis, why don't you do that all the time? Well, because every time I do that, you're going to hear click, click. So, you hear that annoying background static? Listen to this, I can make it all go away. It's a magic trick, guys. I pressed the mute button on my microphone. Insane. Come back for more episodes of Davis Does Magic. Again, if you're new to the channel here, make sure you go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, as we're here multiple times a day covering ongoing severe weather. Today, it's Texas. Tomorrow, it'll be probably Texas again. Wednesday, it'll be Minnesota. Thursday, it'll be, Illinois. It shifts, but no matter where the severe weather goes, we go with it. That would be a cool motto for my channel. I need to do that. I need to make that a thing. Also, Terry County now has about 200 customers without power. As severe storms rip through here, producing golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, we have about 3% of the county without power, that being about 200 customers. They need to make it so you can see the individual towns that the outages are coming from, like the townships. That'd be cool. New severe thunderstorm warning for Pecos County, Texas. That's going to be in effect for the next hour. Will I be live tomorrow? Yes. For the threats of ping pong ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, if you're in this area, you need to move indoors and away from windows immediately in Bald Ridge. Bald Ridge. Up towards Girvan Boot. Hail spike. Also, hail spike this way, it looks like. That's weird. I don't know if I've ever seen a storm produce 2 hail spikes, but I think that's what this one's doing here. This hook echo, man, it's coming back. Again, if you're in Mungerville, you need to be in your safe spot right now. This is right on top of you. And I would not be surprised if this were to produce another tornado. It is trying its absolute hardest here. What was meant to be a brief update on an ongoing tornado has turned into an hour-long severe weather coverage here across parts of West Texas. We've been covering significant severe weather all the way from Texas back up into the plains. We've had severe weather ongoing all the way back into the southeast. Also, I kind of noticed this whenever the warning got issued. This storm really points more towards Odessa than it does Midland. So, Midland, honestly, I would say you don't need to seek shelter. But if you're in Odessa, I would say you do. I mean, this is coming in. This is on the north side of Odessa right now. It's coming into town near Lawndale Barrow Family Ranch, Barrow Family Ranch, however you pronounce that. This is a big storm. If you're in Odessa, you really should be seeking shelter, even though you're technically not in the warning. The northeast side of town is, but the entire town should be seeking shelter. And then Midland, you don't need to seek shelter. I kind of thought that's the way the storm was pointing whenever the warning got issued. I was a little confused, but I just trusted the National Weather Service. But it does look like it's heading a little bit more south-southeast than just due southeast. Does due southeast make sense? I don't know. Usually, when you say due, you mean one direction. So again, if you're just not tuning in, we have a possible tornado near Mungerville, Texas. We have a rotating supercell capable of producing a tornado. So if you're in this area, please seek shelter immediately. The hook near La Mesa is pretty crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. But at this point, I'm more concerned about our Midland-Odessa storm because this isn't a very populated area here. And it is really going to rock all these people out here in Odessa pretty hard. So, again, anywhere in Odessa, please be taking shelter immediately. We've got a huge storm rolling through here. Just absolutely ripped through Gardendale, and now it's heading for you pretty quickly as well. Near Warfield and Odessa, please do be taking shelter immediately here. As this significant severe storm comes for you. Honestly, though, I don't even think Warfield needs to take shelter. Take shelter for a precautionary measure. But it's looking like the worst of the hail is going to stay off to the west of you. However, you may still get some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, which, should, tell you to take shelter. Because, we're talking hurricane force winds at that point almost. Yeah, look at this. The storm's moving even further due south now, rather than southeast. The storm really does not like the National Weather Service. It's like, no, I'm not gonna follow your polygon. Our little baby supercell, dude, it's trying to produce another tornado here. I mean, it genuinely looks like an upside down baby, does it not? Look, here's his little head. Now you can't unsee this. Looks like William Afton sideways. Oh gosh, what am I doing? I can't believe I have 1.2 thousand subscribers. Rotation near Brownfield still exists, but it's not that strong, so if you're indoors, you'll be fine in Brownfield. I'll say that much. Texas has had some very strong storms recently. I mean, pretty much every day for the past few weeks they have. Feels like every stream now we're talking about Texas. Really just the plains in general we're talking about every stream now. Like all the states in the plains, from North Dakota all the way back into Texas. You guys have been the focus of a lot of our severe weather streams recently. And I think you're going to be the focus of, hint hint, some of our upcoming hurricane streams. Now it is really far out, alright, so you should take this with a grain of salt. Every run of the GFS, this has been changing. The details have been, because we're forecasting over 300 hours out, so it's going to be very inaccurate what you're seeing here to what actually happens. But look at this. Look at that. Very strong hurricane there. That is the definition of a hurricane. It's got its little eye wall there, the donut hole. It's got its tails going both ways. That is the most picture-perfect hurricane I think I've ever seen being predicted in June on the GFS. And as of right now, they're saying it slams South Texas and northern Mexico here. But you gotta understand, literally the last run of the GFS, this was heading towards Houston. So the details are changing significantly every run of the GFS. I mean, 2 runs of the GFS ago, this wasn't even a major hurricane. So take that all with a grain of salt. But I'm saying there's going to be some sort of activity down there in the Gulf of Mexico over the next several weeks. We're not sure exactly what it's going to be or what's going to happen, but there's going to be something. And we've also got some tropical moisture heading for Florida, like, this weekend. So it'll be big. Expecting 10 to 15 inches of rainfall in isolated spots in southwestern Florida. That'll be a huge drought buster for all those people. If it does happen, that would be very crazy, especially for June. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, for June, we're already getting, multiple disturbances forecasted by the GFS. That's insane. That shows how crazy this hurricane season is going to be. By the way, they finally got that tornado report in there by Loop. It was actually a train spotter reported this as well. Not only a storm chase, but also a train spotter. Multiple reports of a brief cone tornado from northeast of Loop. Tornado across Highway 83 before dissipating. Tornado was mainly over open fields. Highway 83 tornado. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. I don't know why I laughed so hard. I was like, hehehe. Aw. They did shrink the little polygon here, so it no longer includes areas like Midland or Gardendale. I really thought they'd push it down further into Odessa, but they did not. But I mean, it's gonna smack right in the middle of Odessa. So if you're in Odessa, please take shelter. This storm is not weakening out by any means necessary. So, all right. Since we don't have any ongoing tornado warnings or destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, we're gonna end off the live stream here. I do want to throw you guys over to a channel. It's a buddy of mine. I'm going to go ahead and post the link in chat. I want you guys all to tune into that stream because he's going to be live here for the next couple of hours probably, covering more severe weather. He's asked me to send you all his way, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So everybody, go click the link in chat. Check out his stream. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.